A life less ordinary. Harley Wolf is a man who knows life is precious. He's stared death in the face, not once, not twice, but 8 times. Each time he's walked away. He's a living testament to the power of hope, faith, and the human spirit. Harley's story isn't about cheating death. It's about embracing life. It's about finding courage in the face of fear. Harley's story teaches us a valuable lesson. Life is a gift. Every moment is a chance to find joy, to love deeply, and to live without fear. Let's journey through Harley's extraordinary life and discover the strength that lies within us all. The day the lights went out. 5-year-old Harley was playing in his grandpa's workshop, a place filled with the scent of wood and the hum of machinery. It was a rainy Tuesday, the kind of day that makes you want to stay inside, wrapped in the warmth of familiar surroundings. The air smelled of sawdust and motor oil, a comforting blend that spoke of countless hours spent crafting and fixing. Harley loved spending time with his grandpa, a man who could fix anything with his skilled hands and patient demeanor. Harley was curious about an old refrigerator in the corner, a relic from another time that seemed to hold secrets of its own. He reached out to touch it, his small fingers brushing against the cold metal surface. Suddenly there was a loud pop! The lights went out, plunging the workshop into darkness. Harley fell to the ground, the sudden shock overwhelming his small body. His grandpa, hearing the commotion, rushed into the workshop, his heart racing with fear. He found Harley lying still, his small hand still on the refrigerator, a sight that filled him with dread. Grandpa knew what to do, his years of experience guiding his actions. He quickly pulled Harley away from the refrigerator, his hands steady despite the fear coursing through him. He checked his pulse, his heart pounding with fear, praying for a sign of life. Relief washed over him when he felt a faint heartbeat. Harley was alive, but the danger had been real. That day, Harley learned a lesson about the power of electricity and the even greater power of his grandpa's love. It was a day neither of them would ever forget, a day that strengthened their bond and taught them both the value of caution and care. A brush with icy fate. Years passed, and Harley grew older. The seasons came and went, each winter bringing with it a fresh blanket of snow and ice. Harley had always loved the winter, the crisp air, and the serene beauty of a frozen landscape. One winter, he was skating on a frozen lake with his friends. They had been doing this for years, a tradition that brought them together, no matter how busy their lives had become. The sun was shining, making the ice sparkle like diamonds. It was a perfect day, the kind that made you forget all your worries and just live in the moment. Laughter filled the air as they glided across the surface. The joy was infectious, and for a while it seemed like nothing could go wrong. Suddenly Harley heard a cracking sound. It was faint at first, almost like a whisper, but it grew louder, more insistent. He looked down and saw a spiderweb of cracks spreading beneath his feet. Panic surged through him as he realized the danger he was in. Before he could react, the ice gave way. It happened so fast. One moment he was skating, the next he was plunging into the freezing water. Harley plunged into the freezing water. The cold was like 1,000 needles piercing his skin, and the shock took his breath away. The shock of the cold took his breath away. He gasped, trying to fill his lungs with air, but the cold seemed to steal it away. He struggled to stay afloat, his heavy winter clothes pulling him down. Every movement was a battle, and he could feel his strength fading. Just when his strength was fading, a strong hand grabbed his arm. It was a lifeline, a glimmer of hope in the icy darkness. It was his friend Mark who had seen him fall through the ice. Mark had always been there for him, and today was no different. Mark pulled Harley out of the water and onto the safety of the solid ice. The relief was overwhelming, but the cold still clung to him, a reminder of how close he had come to disaster. Shivering and soaking wet, Harley realized how close he'd come to drowning. The experience was a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the power of nature. The experience left him with a newfound respect for the power of nature and the importance of true friendship. As he sat there, surrounded by his friends, he knew that he would never take them, or the beauty of the world around him, for granted again. Lightning strikes twice, but Harley survives thrice. Harley's life continued, marked by both joy and unexpected danger. During a summer camping trip, a sudden thunderstorm rolled in. The sky turned an ominous shade of gray as lightning flashed across the sky. Harley and his friends scrambled to pack up their tents. As Harley reached for his backpack, a bolt of lightning struck a tree just a few feet away. The force of the strike knocked Harley to the ground. He lay there, stunned, his ears ringing from the deafening thunder. His friends rushed to his side, fearing the worst. But Harley was alive. He was shaken and slightly singed, but alive. This third brush with death left him in awe of nature's raw power. The mountain whispered danger. Harley developed a love for the outdoors from a young age. The call of the wild, the rustling of leaves, and the whisper of the wind through the trees became his sanctuary. He found peace in nature's embrace, even after his close call with the lightning strike. That day the sky had turned dark, and the air was charged with electricity. The bolt had missed him by mere inches, leaving him with a newfound respect for nature's power. He took up hiking, finding solace in the challenge of conquering peaks. Each climb was a test of endurance, a journey that pushed his limits and rewarded him with breathtaking views. One day he was hiking a steep mountain trail. The path was rugged and demanding, but Harley was determined to reach the summit. The air was thin, but the view from the top was always worth it. The panorama stretched endlessly, a tapestry of nature's beauty that made every step worthwhile. As he navigated a narrow ridge, a loose rock gave way beneath his feet. The ground shifted, and in an instant, he was thrown off balance. Harley lost his balance and tumbled down a steep slope. The world spun around him as he fell, the rocks and dirt tearing at his clothes and skin. He rolled and crashed, rocks scraping his skin until he came to a stop at the foot of a large pine tree. The impact left him dazed, but he was alive. He was bruised and battered, but miraculously, no bones were broken. The pain was intense, but he knew he had been incredibly lucky. This experience taught him about the importance of balance, both in the mountains and in life. It was a harsh reminder that nature, while beautiful, could be unforgiving. Harley vowed to respect the mountains and to always tread carefully, cherishing every moment he spent in their majestic presence. A dance with a rattlesnake. Undeterred by his previous encounters with danger, Harley's adventurous spirit remained intact. He continued to explore the world around him, often venturing off the beaten path. On a solo hike in the desert, he encountered a rattlesnake coiled on the trail. The snake rattled its tail, a warning sign for Harley to back away. Harley froze, his heart pounding in his chest. He knew that a single bite from the venomous creature could be deadly. Slowly, carefully, he backed away from the snake, never taking his eyes off it. The snake, sensing Harley's cautious retreat, uncoiled itself and slithered away into the undergrowth. Harley learned a valuable lesson that day. Respect for all creatures, big and small, is essential. Metal, mayhem, and a miracle. Life threw another curveball at Harley while he was driving home from work one evening. The setting sun cast long shadows across the highway. It was a peaceful drive, the kind that allows your mind to wander. Suddenly, a car in the opposite lane lost control and veered across the median, heading straight for Harley's truck. Time seemed to slow down. Harley had only a split second to react. He swerved his truck just in time, narrowly avoiding a head-on collision. The other car crashed into the guardrail, metal screeching against metal. Shaken but unharmed, Harley pulled over to check on the other driver. This experience taught Harley the importance of staying present and alert, even in the mundane moments of life. Harley's love for the water never faded, even after his childhood experience of falling through the ice. He found solace in sailing, the wind and waves his constant companions. On a sailing trip with friends, a sudden storm whipped up, catching them off guard. The boat capsized, tossing Harley and his friends into the turbulent sea. Hours turned into a desperate fight for survival as they clung to the overturned hull of the boat. Just when their hope began to dwindle, a rescue helicopter spotted them. They were airlifted to safety, forever grateful for the Coast Guard's bravery. This experience deepened Harley's faith and reminded him that even in the darkest of times, hope can emerge. Harley Wolf, the man who cheated death 8 times. Some might call him lucky, others might call him blessed, but Harley sees it differently. He sees each near-death experience as a reminder to truly live. These experiences haven't made him reckless, they've made him grateful. He doesn't tempt fate, he embraces life. He's learned that fear is a cage. It keeps us from truly experiencing the world. He's learned to appreciate the simple things, the taste of a good meal, the warmth of the sun on his skin, the laughter of loved ones. He's learned that time is precious. It shouldn't be wasted on worry or regret. Harley's story is an inspiration. It teaches us that life is a gift. Every day is a chance to start anew, to face our fears, to pursue our passions. Through it all, Harley's faith has been his anchor. It's given him the strength to face the unknown, the courage to keep going when things get tough. He believes that we're all here for a reason. We all have a purpose to fulfill. Harley's life is a testament to this belief. He lives each day to the fullest, spreading his message of hope and resilience wherever he goes. He's living proof that even in the face of death, life finds a way.